So in this masterclass today, I want to share 5 things that you need to consider to set up a strong foundation for your marketing strategy to make sure that you can achieve those revenue numbers for your hotel. So step number 1 is you need to understand what is the current situation of your hotel. Basically, what you need to understand is what has happened the previous year. Did you achieve your hotel commercial goals? Were you meeting your revenue numbers? What are the areas that probably need a little bit more help this year, or the areas that you would like to develop more? Also, you need to understand what are those areas that did not meet your expectations. For example, let's say you need to achieve X amount of revenue coming from conference and event, and it happened that it fell short. So you need to focus on that area next year. And what are the different actions that you didn't do, or the ones that you did and worked well that you could replicate through this year? Then you also need to understand what will you do different this year to make sure that you can achieve those goals. And the most important thing, what have been your 5 main wins throughout the year? Remember, this is a perfect time of the year for you to sit down, reflect on everything that has happened last year, go through your full year report, make sure that you know your numbers, you know your actions, and you have clarity into what really worked and what didn't. And again, it's not failure. I never call it failure. It's like you always learn and you always win at the same time. It's not that winning or losing. Just remove that from your mindset. So that's why if you haven't done this exercise yet, I encourage you to stop and sit down and use this time now, which is more like a kind of a quiet time in the industry for marketers, where you can start making sure that you narrow down all your wins and your foundations to have a very productive year ahead. Now, the second thing I want you to understand is make sure that you have clarity on what are your commercial goals. What I mean here is that you need to be very clear on what are the revenue numbers that you need to meet by the end of the year. What is the total room revenue numbers that you need to achieve? What is the catering or the outlets in terms of F&B? If you have a spa, what does the spa target in terms of revenue? What are the MICE revenue numbers? So once you have a full picture in terms of what are the total revenue numbers that you need to drive, then you can start like becoming more strategic, creating the different actions that needs to happen to support those revenue goals. The other thing that I encourage you to understand is what are those specific need periods. Bear in mind, each hotel is completely different. Either if you are like a corporate hotel, or if you're a resort, or if you are a boutique, or even like a small independent hotel, each hotel will have different need periods depending on their location, depending on their segmentation as well. And that's exactly what you need to have clarity, as well as when are the top seasonality events happening in the city or in the country. Let's say when are the school holidays or any other celebrations that may generate an impact in your revenue numbers. The other thing that I want you to make sure is like you have a clarity in terms of what are your marketing goals and in which area of the customer journey are you going to focus your energies, time, and resources. For example, is it that you need to drive awareness about a new spa opening? Or if you are renovating, let's say, a restaurant, is it that you need to drive consideration or conversion? Of course, all of the different hotels needs to focus on that part of the funnel. Is it that you wanted to focus more on developing a nurturing strategy to drive loyalty more? So those main goals will guide you through how you can set up your strong foundations of your strategy. Now, the other thing I want you to reflect now is what do you want to achieve in the next 3, 6 to 12 months? Why is so important? Because once you know your whole revenue numbers, then you understand as well what are the need periods, your marketing actions, and then you can put all of this together into very clear roadmap when it comes to, okay, what are the key actions that my marketing team is going to focus their time and resources to make sure we can achieve these specific goals, let's say in the next month or in the next quarter. So that's how you start narrowing down from the big goal, the big picture, into something more niche to get more granular into what specific needs to happen each month.